Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, the 8th of April 2020. It's 9:15 p.m. I think. So it's been a beautiful day, sunny day. I went for a walk this morning. Didn't do much because we're stuck inside like everybody else. And what's going on these days, I have completely no motivation to do whatsoever. I'm not depressed, but almost. I'm not under a depression, but very close. Most people, they've been at this for the last 30 days probably. I've been at this for the last 2 months and a half, almost going on 3 months. I had my work injury really the 28th of January, and I've been stuck inside ever since. So it's quite annoying right now to be stuck inside and doing nothing. Some say there's a lot to be done, you could do a lot, but you know, when you want to do things, you need a certain level of motivation, a drive, you know, some enthusiasm. Nope, I have not a single piece of that. I am completely drained of any motivation. 2 weeks ago, about a month ago, I bought equipment to do some exercise at home. I was supposed to start cleaning everything, start organizing my basement, doing exercise to lose weight, get back in shape. All of that went away. All of that went away when they started to limit where people could go. And now it's up to a point where they give fines to people that are driving 2 people in a car. It's ridiculous. And this is just escalating. It's utterly ridiculous. Yesterday was a full moon. I went and tried the God's device outside. And a full moon in the middle of nowhere. I drove about an hour away from my home, and I pulled out on the side of the road on a field that was flat, and I tried the machine. I turned it on, stayed there for about half an hour, and I stayed there for about half an hour trying the machine, tuning, changing the frequency, looking at the horizon, looking at the moon. There wasn't much going on, nothing at all. And I use them like basically the God's device is it's a wishing machine. You know, the principle of the God's device is a wishing machine, and using the Delta T antenna should amplify it by a whole lot. But at that time, the God's device will provoke, make it happen somehow. Not instantaneously. It's going to take a couple of days, a little while. My last time I used the God's device was to wish that I would not run out of money. So far it has been working well. And it's been working fine on that side. So I didn't run out of any money. It's not I can do anything. Presently, the biggest obstacle to any of my project is that I cannot access any electronic store. Any of the 3 electronic store that's on the South Shore, I can't access any of them because they're fucking closed. Most of my friends that work there, they're currently unemployed. And actually they're earning more being at home than being at work, because usually they don't make $2,000 a month. They make about $1,600 to $1,500 a month with their regular salary, because they all work on minimum wages. Me, my salary went down by about $200 per month. So without the overtime, if I don't calculate overtimes, my regular hours, I probably lost $200 per month overall. So no biggie. I can complain. But what is depressing me is that we're heading towards a new world order, and people don't seem to grasp the gravity of the problems. They don't seem to understand the problem that it can cause. The removal of all your liberty, everything you knew and love and cherish is going to be taken away. Taken away for a socialist communist society. They want to chip people. They want to control people. They want to make sure that they know where everybody is at all times, and to restrain all their movement and anything. And if you don't follow the rules, they're gonna cut your liberty. They're gonna stop the chip, so you won't be able to buy anything. So I say, why do you keep needing more? I don't understand that principle. Why do you need more? You already have everything. Why do you need more? Because these people, they think that the planet belongs to them. And that's one thing that really pisses me off above everything else. And this is why I don't like terrorists and any people of any religion, creed that thinks that the world belongs to them, is that I hate when somebody thinks that the world belongs to them. This, I would like to tell the entire planet that this planet doesn't belong to the human race. The human race belongs to this planet. We are part of that planet. Our health, our future relies on it. And it doesn't belong to us under any circumstance. And these rich people that control the world, they think that they have all the rights in the world. They can get rid of anybody. They can kill everyone. They can make people sick. They have a plan. They have a long-term plan called the New World Order. And that plan is coming to a fruition. And on that plan, they want to reduce population. Right now, if you go to your local hospital, you think that you're going to see a whole lot of people are sick. Well, no. COVID-19 is a run-of-the-mill variant of a cold. It's not what's killing people. It's a SARS version. Yeah, severe acute respiratory syndrome, version 2.4. That's what's going on right now. And it's a most virulent one. And it's 2.4 mean that the level of severity of that virus is so high that it has a kill rate of almost 90% of everyone that catch it. But they think that it's COVID-19. So they're using that guise of COVID-19 to take over the world, to install the New World Order, a one world government. One world religion, one world government, one world monetary, socialist, communist society. And just today in the news, Bernie Sanders withdrew from the presidential again. But he's not worried, because he's going to have his little share of that. When the time comes, he's going to have his little share of the control, because he wanted to install a dictatorship and communism. That's what he wanted since the start. A fucking power-hungry bastard who wants equality and fair shareness for everybody, while he's a rich bastard that doesn't share anything with anybody. And he didn't even want to pay his own crew, election crews, $15 an hour, which is more than a fair share. For now, by myself, there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck at home. I have to follow like the rest of the herd, the rest of the sheep, and sadly, there isn't much I can do. My God's device is not a time travel device, and the Brussels experiment is, I cannot recreate the Brussels experiment because I have no access to anything locally. Everything's closed. So for me, basically, The last thing I can do is the last project that I received from one of my friends. I'm not much of a person that believes in magic, but I do. And I'm gonna make that last project. With the money I'm gonna have, I'm gonna try to buy all the parts that needed. I can buy that from the internet. And I'm gonna see if I can build that. You see, if they can go out during the day, so they go out at night having fun with their kids and families. But there's a restrained amount of police on the road. That too is like already in the United States, the police force were becoming the oppressor. They weren't the good guy anymore, at least a good percentage of them. And it's coming the same thing here. They are starting to oppress people with that rule that you cannot be close to anyone, you have to be at this distance, blah blah blah, and all that bullshit. I'm sorry, why don't you just try to focus on finding patient zero? Those people that carrying the SARS and they're not sick for themselves. Because soon what's going to happen, why that they're preparing all these hospitals and they're claiming that there's so many deaths and there's not so many deaths. It's probably 1% of everything that they say. And now that too, they don't want to find patient zero because they're doing such a good job. There's more than one. And they don't want to slow down this because they're not done installing the New World Order. So this is where we're at. Your liberties are disappearing under your feet and we can't do jack shit about it. Believe me, if time travel was so easy, I would have done it years ago. And the reason why I never came back on that project is because the solution is right in your face, except people are not trying to figure it out. You know, when they made the Philadelphia experiment, it was a massive ship. It was a 90-ton ship. And it was loaded with all the latest technology, all the latest research that the finest scientists ever made. And back in the 40s, you know, we're talking about the 40s, they had an entire wall of lamp for frequency tuning. They had an array of antenna across the ship, and they had magnetic coils, Tesla coils, gravity generators, all of these things. Well, all of these things now fit in the palm of my hand. It's right here, I'm filming with it. It's a cell phone. And the time travel is as easy as the technology that's inside your cell phone. You just need to find a program that's going to make the phone do what you need. And the phone is going to use the cell phone towers around yourself to locate its space and times and actually make time travel possible. The fucking phone that's in your hand, that you're watching stuff on it or you're making calls with it, that is your time travel device. All we need now is to figure out a program that will broadcast a frequency around yourself that will make you time slip. Because remember, time slip, you're only creating a frequency field around yourself that you're becoming a zero event around space-time. You don't need a major gravity field or anything like this. You can use the simple power of the phone, the broadcast antenna that's inside the phone, and this will make it. Solution is right in your hand. You just need to figure out a program to do it. And for God forbid, I'm not a designer and I'm not a programmer. I'm an assembler. I'm an inventor and I'm an assembler. I assemble things. And I figure solutions. That's what I do. So if anybody know how to use a app, how to build an app on a phone, build a frequency generating system that's going to use the XYZ angle and a frequency signal emitter that's going to use a phone signal generators and make it a time slip device. And it's just going to be as simple as raising the frequency or bringing the frequency down, or making it act in a certain pattern. Because the phone can actually broadcast on many frequencies. It doesn't look like it, but it can broadcast still in analog frequency and digital frequency. So your answer is right here. It's in the palm of your hand. We just need somebody that's a crack in computer whiz and can build an app that would actually do it. I'm seriously gonna have to find, really find the energy to do exercise. For many people, they haven't exercised in ages. They wake up, they eat breakfast, they drive their car, go to take the bus, they go to work, they do their day's work, they come back home and they do jack shit all day, all evening. And then they repeat, and then they repeat. And it becomes such a vicious circle of doing nothing, of doing no exercise, no activities, that your body gets used to just to do what it needs. It cannot muster any energy. If I go back 10 years ago, I was in way better shape than this. If I go back to 5 years ago, that physical shape decreased. And if I just go back at the beginning of the year, January 2020, I was at the peak of my endurance, but I was dead tired. I was going on a burnout. When I injured myself, it was my body saying that you can't do this job anymore. You're gonna kill yourself at work. And I always told myself that I wouldn't kill myself for work. It's not worth it. And basically this injury I have on my shoulder, it's because of work. The last 10 months I worked so hard that I injured my shoulder. I was almost on a burnout. The entire month of February, I slept every day because I was so tired. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go on this note. I hope I'm gonna see you later. And I don't know if the world's gonna wake up before the end. But I just strongly suggest try to learn how your phone works. Your time travel device is right in your hand. Bye everyone.